Everybody up. Come on, Donnie. Come on, Donnie. You can do better than that. Come on, Nick. You stop on the line. You're on the line, Nick. Come on. That's it, Donnie. Come on. Pull any muscles. Come on, Phil. Come on first.
Despite the fact they are one of the most decorated teams in America, Vashon's Floyd Irons began practice almost introducing players to the basketball.
Put your right leg out and put it around. Right leg and take it around. Come on. Go right. Slow with the spin now. You're getting away from the man. In out. I learned a long time ago that you don't assume that the kids remember or they know, those small points. Get used to that glass. Now, offensive rebound.
Irons will not allow for a foot to be out of place.
Get your feet ready. It's hard for me to get on a kid in a game when I know, as a coach, I have not taught that, gone over it over and over with the kid. So I have to deal with me first.
Actually, on this opening day, the coach dealt with one of his stars first. Nick Kern came to practice with cornrows in his hair. The coach didn't like it.
Everybody gets the haircut, right, Nick? Yeah. And you have yours tomorrow, won't you? Yeah. I know it. Braids out. Huh. I always tell them, if cornrows, if the long hair can make you a tremendous player, a better player than what you are, then you can keep that. If it has something to do with the game, you can keep it. I don't think so. See, right now we're beginning to make history.
No team in Missouri prep basketball history has ever won 3 straight large school state titles, and Vashon hit the road to Columbia burning rubber. Career Academy, playing their first varsity game, was the opponent and the victim. Vashon rolled 103-37 behind the All-American Jimmy McKinney's 28 points. The 6th-ranked team in America, St. Vincent of Akron, Ohio, beat Vashon 49-41 in Akron. LeBron James, who would later don the cover of Sports Illustrated, scored 26 points and fouled Jimmy McKinney out of the game. After the loss, the Wolverines ran off 9 straight and came to practice in early January and got presents. New warm-ups and shoes that they could wear that night against the Smet in the finals of the Fontbonne tournament.
We think it's a special game, and we try to give them something each time to let them know it's an important game, feel good as a team, and dress as a team. And we think that if you look good, you play good.
They played good, all right. They outran de Smet. They outmuscled de Smet. And they outplayed de Smet, demolishing them 79-55.
If I'm tired, and I ask myself if I'm not mentally.
Floyd Irons was openly worried. His team was about to play their 5th contest in 5 days. It's the Martin Luther King Classic game at the Savas Center against Chicago Farragut, who handed the Wolverines their only loss last season.
It's going to take some character tonight. It's going to take some character to dig down deep, Nick, because you know what this boy did to Man last year.
Farragut came out flying, blocking shots, and generally outrunning a fatigued Vashon team early. But Coach Irons would not allow his team to die.
Suck it up! Get up there, get up there! Come on, Donnie!
Junior Donnie Jackson did come on. His clutch shooting paved the way for a 64-54 Vashon victory.
Well, I just did what Coach asked, follow through when I take the shot if it's open. Hit it, so that's what I did.
Right in the middle of this special basketball season for the Vashon Wolverines, there's disappointment. Tony Irons, the coach's son, was supposed to have a splendid senior season at Luther North High School, but Tony's not playing very often. And the coach regrets to this day his decision not to bring his son here to Vashon.
I would not be convinced, or wouldn't let anyone convince me that the best place for my son was not with me. It's been this year, more so than any year, has been a very rough year for me in terms of playing and in terms of going to watch him play.
Tony Irons started almost every game his first 3 years at Luther North, and he was one of the area's leaders in assists. But this season, he was benched. Because it was so painful to watch, his father did not even go to 4 games. You see, Tony grew up with all the Vashon players. There he is in the Vashon locker room with the headband on. And even the Wolverine players were affected by the benching.
Sometimes I really get fired up, you know, and I'm not that type of person, but I can really get fired up and really say something about it.
I really almost broke down yesterday because Jimmy showed this picture to me. He said, Coach, you know, take a look at this picture. What's missing?
St. Louis University coach Lorenzo Romar was in the house this night to watch Vashon play one of the top teams from Kansas City Paseo. And it was up, and away for Jimmy McKinney. He had 32 points. And Romar's recruit, Nick Kern, drained threes all evening. Vashon rolled by 25. Vashon High School has been around for 75 years. And on this night, they were going to play their last game in the building, affectionately called The Pit. People often describe beat-up old buildings as having character.
It has a lot of character. That's why it's called Pit. You know, and somebody said, why would you call it a pit? Well, that's what it is. It's a pit. What pit you know you go into, it's not dark, it's not hot, you know, and it's not suffocating, as you would say.
The opponent, a very talented Chicago Manly school. But on this night, the Chicago Bulls would have had trouble beating Vashon. McKinney's last game at the Pit was one of his best ever. When he wasn't dunking in swashbuckling fashion, then he was setting up one of his teammates. There is not a selfish bone in this superstar's body.
You don't have to put up 30 points a game, you know, to win a ball game or to win another state championship. So I just come out and let the game come to me. I don't force the game, and I've been successful so far. So I'm just keep doing it.
I think Jimmy is the most complete basketball player to leave St. Louis, to come out of St. Louis since JoJo White. I think he is a better shooter than Larry Hughes. He was a better shooter than Darius Miles, and he's a better shooter than David Lee.
Quarterfinal day at UMSL. Chaminade was the only thing in the way of keeping Vashon from making their 19th trip to the Final Four. And they were not in the way for long. The Wolverines marched to Columbia with a 30-point win.
Yeah, put me on there. We getting ready to go do this thing.
We're sitting here in a no-win situation, and I've told my kids that all along, that, hey, you're in a no-win situation because everybody expects you to win, and if you don't win, you know, and Jeff City can go and play as loose as they want to be because, you know, one, they were not expected to be there, and two, they have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Jefferson City had the unenviable task of facing a team on a mission. Vashon was unselfish and unstoppable, leading 30-2 at one point and coasting to a 64-39 victory. Nearly every basketball observer who has seen both Vashon and DeSmet will recognize that Vashon is clearly the better basketball squad. However, we in St. Louis know something about upsets, and Floyd Irons will be sure to remind his team what happened on Super Bowl Sunday.
Look at the Rams. You know, we all know that the Rams were the best team in football, but that can happen, and I'm sure that that's what Steiner's telling his players, you know, just continue to believe, and anything can happen.
Push the tempo, 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 push the tempo.
With a nearly packed house, including Quinn Snyder, the team of Destiny DeSmet squared off against the team trying to make history, Vashon, in a winner-take-all battle.
Everything we've been working on, just put in effect. Hey, boom! Just killing them. You letting him get that in there. Come on. Stay down, stay down. The big man is killing us, and you trying too hard.
Vashon was not razor sharp in the first half, but the role players stepped up. Andre Aaron and laser-like sophomore sensation Dwayne Polk jump-started the Wolverines to a 30-16 halftime lead.
Press on the first 3 minutes and try to make that run. Keep your pace and run your offense.
The second half was near basketball perfection. Vashon shot 72% from the field and outscored De Smet 52-11. They simply couldn't miss.
You have an opportunity to make history. The three of you got it. Take them.
The seniors sparkled and finished in style. Jimmy McKinney, playing on the floor he will play on next season, had 26 points, one less than the entire De Smet team, and Nick Kern added 23. Vashon did in fact make history. The biggest blowout ever in a title game, 82-27, and 3 consecutive state titles.
The dream is achieved. Stop,